whatever choice we choose to make, is one way or the other predetermined by society. You see, a lot of people walk around thinking they have so much control over their lives. If you are really conscious, you realize that a lot of the choices you make or a lot of the things you choose to do with your life are one way or the other determined by the society where you find yourself, your surroundings. If you are surrounded by people who think a certain way, they think you have to work hard after school, you become employed, getting married, and a whole lot. They have a predetermined path. Now, there's this thing I want to share with you if you are listening. Do you know that we always have some seeds in us, seeds of potential, seeds of a particular ability that might be totally different from wherever you find yourself? Yes, maybe you are listening to me, you want to enter into entrepreneurship, you want to enter into something that is totally different from what everyone is doing. And as a result of that, you might have some resistance. Apart from resistance, you might see that you tend to stand out too much from the crowd. Because when I was growing up, I realized that a lot of resistance I faced in my life was because decided to not be like everyone. I decided to not pick on the same patterns that I've observed people picking on. That is a particular style of doing things, um, moving with some particular system that immediately you are done with school, you have to go and do this. And at this age, you have to get married. And you see that a lot of things are predetermined. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is, you see, as individuals, we are seeds of potential. We are seeds of um, abilities. We possess something that is totally unique. What is something that stands out in you? And if you find out that something is totally special about you, be always willing to stick with it. That is what will make you stand out. If you want to stand out, embrace the uniqueness. And there's so much challenges when you decide to embrace your uniqueness. That is, if you find out that everyone around you is into working class. I'm not saying working is not good, but you find out that you have so much edge to develop answers to help people to become an entrepreneur and set up something on your own. You realize that there's that passion. But if you happen to be around people who don't have that identity or who don't necessarily do that, now the challenge tends to be, okay, how will I avoid all these resistance? Because obviously they are not going to root for you. They are obviously not going to tell you, okay, keep on with what you are doing. They will tell you, this is what we know. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. This message might not be for everyone, but I know that whoever is listening to me will get what I'm saying. You realize that they will tell you, okay, this is not what the part that we know. We know that after school you have to do this. We know that at this particular time you have to do this. But as time goes on, as all of these things are going on, you realize that you are easily being shifted. You are being shifted. Little by little, you'll be shifted from whatever you want to do. That is how so many people have lost their way in life. Always embrace your uniqueness. I remember when I was growing up, there was this thing I wanted to do. I was someone who was so interested in helping people. So because of that, I was like, okay, immediately I'm done with school, I have to set up this particular business, something that will help businesses improve. Like, you will reach customers very fast. So I wanted to do that, but I realized that, okay, now immediately after school, you are expected to go and look for work or complete your master's degree and all that. So because of that, there was that kind of challenge, there was that kind of burden on you to fulfill society's needs and also fulfill what you have for yourself. So, do you see where it comes from? So, a lot of you can be amazing businessmen, but unfortunately, you are living in the shadows of other people or you are living in the shadows of society. And once society is telling you at this age, you have to marry, at this age, you have to get this amount of money in your bank account, a whole lot of things, all these things are conditioning you They are conditioning you one way or the other. So at the end of the day, you start moving along some route. You realize that this is not what I intended for my life. But unfortunately, you find yourself there. And trust me, when you're not doing something you are obsessed with, or you are not doing something you are so much passionate about, you get to a situation where you get burnt out. That is what so many people are facing. Recently, a friend called me and was like, Watch, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know what to do again with my life because all along I thought I have to complete school and find work ASAP. After finding the work, things will fall in place. But I've been working now and I don't get the sense of fulfillment. And I asked him, what was your passion when you were growing up? What did you want to do? What was something that you find to be unique about you? That you found to be unique about you? And he was like, okay, when I was growing up, I was very interested in music. I was like, okay, if you're interested in music, so why are you not doing music? Why are you not doing something that is associated with that? And also, he talked about digital marketing and all that. And he was like, okay, because of the expectations, societal pressures, and all that, because immediately you are done with school and they know you are a graduate, the next thing is they have to see you in a suit with your necktie and all that. And I'm like, that is what is affecting us. And I thought it wise to talk to you about it on this channel. Wherever you are, wherever you are watching me, wherever you find yourself, always try to embrace the uniqueness about you. There's always something, even if it's not a business venture that you go into. Sometimes some of you know how to talk, some of you know how to uh, motivate people. Some of you know how to be funny. You can tell jokes and all that. All these things are indicators. All these things are indicators, things that you can easily do. You do it without effort. I remember um, in my earlier days in my education, there used to be a course called sewing, where you learn how to sew fabrics and all that. Some people were naturals. They were naturals at it because even before the teacher comes to class to teach you this style, use this, they are doing something that is so unique, something that is way better than even what the teacher is teaching. So all these things are indicators. And as you grow, you have to use these indicators to find your path in life. As you grow up, you get to a certain, you have to use these indicators to find your path in life. Because if you are a great footballer and it's in your spirit that I'm a great footballer, you have to find a way to associate yourself with that talent so that you don't become something that is totally different from your passion, or else you are going to be burnt out. You're going to be burnt out. I know it's hard. I know sometimes it's very, very draining to do something that you don't like doing, something that to wake up every day and go to the same work, to go to the same job that you're not happy with. Sometimes you wake up and it's like you don't feel like moving, you don't feel like doing anything at all, just because you don't find yourself at the place where you want to be. And sometimes too, you don't feel like you are moving ahead in life. You feel like you are just stuck at one place. But ladies and gentlemen, we've all been there. I've been at a situation in my life when I felt that I was stuck. I wasn't moving because how I projected myself and how I wanted things to be, things are not necessarily going that way. So when you find yourself in situations like that, a whole lot can go on in your mind. And when you look around and you find your friends, some are doing certain things that appear to be flourishing, as I've shared with you regarding social media. There's always that friend who is going to post something that is nice, and you'll be like, "Wow, how come my life is not like this?" But as I've told you, it's just a highlight reel. Most of these things are not usually a true reflection of what is going on. But a whole lot can go on. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching me, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. And when I talk about the plan, I'm not talking about the society's plan. I'm not talking about um, whatever plan someone has for you. I'm talking about the plan that lives within you. the plan that you have within you, the things that you do with ease. You feel that you are moving towards something and you don't know why you like to do something, but you are just moving towards it. Embrace that, and your life will be great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mo channel, and as is, the name is Boache. And I'm glad I brought you this amazing content. Thanks for watching. Comment what you think about the content and what you want me to cover next. Till we meet again, stay safe.